was this little boy named Jamal. He was skinny and tall. When he got older, he wanted to play professional ball. It was just him and his mama, no siblings at all. Couple cousins that he never seen, they lived too far. Couple homies on the block, yeah, they was rugged. His mind raised him right, he never showed out in public. Varsity ball, he was the youngest on the team. Little nigga can shoot and it's...
My name is Isaac, and you're watching More Than Just Jokes.
I'm sitting here with my boy Isaac, and I wanted to talk to you about the conscious community and the arguments, the infighting, and the whole reason why you become conscious is for elevation, knowledge of self. But it seems that it's a bunch of argument going on with you know, between the gods and the kings and the queens, and it makes no sense because as a conscious person or being, arguing should be eliminated. Like that shouldn't even be part of, you know, the whole repertoire or the makeup of being conscious. And it seems that we're getting deeper and deeper into what we would call the fuckery in the conscious community. You know what I mean? So
Cooning.
Yeah, cooning is cooning and buffooning in the conscious community. And you always been conscious. You're a little older than me. So I want your perspective on what you feel is going on, because I know you're a conscious brother. You've been, you know,
I have cooned and buffooned. I have cooned and buffooned before in my life, but yeah. At this point in time in my life, and for a very long time, I have knowledge of self since I was 13. Didn't really use it well, you know, went through my trials and tribulations, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely. So on that note, I want to get your perspective on what you feel is going on and what the conscious community would need, or, you know, just a spill on why, like what, like what the fuck is going on with the conscious community?
Well, the only thing that I can see, and it's really sad for people like Umar and Brother Tariq, just because they're older. You understand where I'm coming from? They're just a lot older, and it's sad when you see brothers like that, because you would think that brothers like that, even if you have issues, that you can go somewhere else and maybe talk that out in private, or even fight, whatever it is you need to do. You know what I mean? So to see them and whatever happened in that situation, and did I laugh? Was it amusing? I probably did, you know what I mean? But I was more hurt at the end of the day than just laughing, you know, like it was bigger to me than that, you know what I mean? So it was sad to see them do it. But to answer your question, I mean, that happens, when I see that happen, that's young knowledge. That's young people that have got a hold of something, which is a very good thing. But I'm better than you. This way is this way. That way is this way. This way is that way. Instead of,
it's like an instant master.
It's just,
you can't be an instant master.
You can't. You can't. I mean, it takes a long time for you to master anything that you're doing. You know what I mean? In life, you know. So just to get that information, and like I said, for me, that's what I see. I see. That's from the young conscious community versus the older conscious community. But like I said, it happened with Umar and Brother Tariq. I don't know how old those brothers are, but I mean, Brother Umar does always throw out he has a doctrine or
child psychologist.
And you know, listen, I applaud that. If you need to go get validated from whoever for your doctrine, that's all good. You know what I mean? But what he displayed and what the other brother displayed, for me, it was hurtful. It made me feel bad, you know, because we all come from something. So, you know, I've had fuckery in my life. You know what I mean? So to see that, and then that's
not the first time, because he got into it with Sonetta. Beginning of last year in 2017 as well. Umar. Umar and Sonetta was at it. So that's crazy how they got into it. And it's just Why are we attacking each other if we all are on the same path and we know what we need? But why are we arguing?
Well, I've seen, and like I said, these brothers, Brother Sanetta, Brother Umar, Brother Tariq, I love these brothers.
Brother whoever.
Right. Brother who, brother, you brother, I got you. Right? So I don't want to make it seem like... But
that should be a slap in the face. You got to say brother and then an argument.
Right. But I've seen Brother Sanetta, you know, say things about the brothers in the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the Nation of Islam. You know what I mean? So you know, but I don't want to get into that. You know, but I think us as brothers should come together, like we saying, because now the youngsters is looking at this.
Yeah.
We trying to teach the youngsters, and we trying to do all this, and we may come from gang banging or hustling or drug selling or pimping or hoeing or whatever we come from. We trying to do better, and we trying to give the young people, our little homies or the younger people in our immediate hoods, you know what I'm saying? We trying to give them something, and now they see this. So it's very depressing. It's a very depressing thing, and I would hope that we could all come together and figure something out. Like I am a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Let's make no mistake about it. But I'm not opposed to my black Israelite brothers or my Indian brothers and sisters or my brown brothers and sisters or my Christian family or my Arabic family. I'm not opposed to none of that.
Knowledge is like energy. To me, I feel like knowledge is like energy. What they did, what Einstein said, it's never lost or
it's
never
infinite. It keeps going.
Right. Yeah. So it's okay to take in the knowledge, but when you stop saying, "Oh, well, I'm not going to take in that because I feel this,"
you losing. You losing like that. Like me. Like I can only give you my points of view because I've lived it, right? But on the knowledge topic, it's like the Nation of Islam, right? They taught me a way. I come from Christianity, but they taught me
absolutely.
They taught me a way that my Christian pastors and whoever couldn't get to me and teach me, right? They kind of taught me the same thing though. In a way, right? It's just that Minister Tony Muhammad was able to just purify it for me and put it together.
You grasped it better. You grasped the concept better.
You could teach a 6-year-old with
right. Because see, what I've learned...
Simplified it.
Simplified it.
Right. But told me to go study for myself and figure out what they telling me is right or wrong.
Because see, once I studied for myself, I went around the world, and I ain't gonna say physically went around the world, but mentally I went around the world and found different religions, and it all comes home to one point.
Absolutely.
And it's the same simple concept.
Absolutely.
And it's like some king, queen, whoever was appointed, whoever had the most shit, which we have now. Whoever got the most shit, got the most say, that's what we're gonna go off of. Got to write some shit, and that's where the belief.
Okay, so tie it back into your question that you asked at the beginning.
Right. Why is the conscious community arguing? And
because you just said there's some person doing this, there's some person doing that. It's control, basically, is what it is.
Right.
But what we don't understand is we messing up our people, fucking up our people doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're messing up our people, but you just said it. To answer your whole question, it's like somebody thinks the black Israelite way is the only way. Somebody thinks the Nation of Islam way is the only way. Somebody thinks the Nation of Gods and Earths is the only way, right? So I'm battling with you now.
Right.
Yeah, so now you battling and shit, and because like I said, he thinks he's right, she thinks she right, you right, I'm right, we all wrong. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, you know what, they have a point. everybody has a point. Everybody has an opinion. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't like the opinion, or I mean, you can. I understand when people debate, right? And they do, and you have these ciphers is what we call them. You know, and you build, right? I get those type of things, but let it be all positive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Each one teach one, man. If it's I don't know everything in the world. If it's something you know that you could teach me,
enlighten me.
My 6-year-old, listen, my 6-year-old does things, yo, and I'll be like, yo, I learned something, and she's 6. You know what I'm saying? So
you can learn from anybody.
Yeah, each one teach one, pass it on, man. To answer your question, I don't like that situation that's going on, and I just want for all of us to do better, and that's it, man. Love one another so we can build and do what we need to do, because we got 100,000 other issues going on to be worried about. I'm blacker than you.
You know what?
You know what I mean? Like,
I find it comical, because you know everybody know I do comedy. I find it comical that we all know the goal, but we're arguing like a fucking rap battle, like the whole debate thing and fucking Brother Polite and all that shit. It turned into a fucking rap battle.
But see, you gotta really think of it like this. We look at certain people and we be like, yo, they talk good, they got knowledge, and they got this and they got that, but if we're doing that, if I'm not even going to exclude myself, if this is happening, right? If this is happening, do we really know the goal? Do we really know the goal?
Right.
Because Minister Farrakhan ain't arguing with the next person.
Nah. No, he's not.
And I'm just using reference to him, but there's other people. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So the ones that know, and we're trying to build, and we out there dealing with the children. It's about the babies, yo. It's about the babies. So if we out there building with the people and building with we're not worried about no title. Like they're going. Yeah. We always talk about titles and stuff like that, but the conscious community is doing that.
You know what I think? I mean, this is my opinion. Y'all can disagree, agree, leave a comment. I really don't care, but if you really have studied your enemy, you should all know your goal. And I feel like you're not studying your enemy.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you don't know who your enemy is.
Right.
I mean, as far as us buying Jordans and all this, you don't know who your enemy is, really. Obviously.
Well, like I said,
I hate to throw that in there, but
I know
that goes into knowing who your enemy is.
Right, but we're not. I'm not taking away from none of those brothers that do that. I'm just saying, personally, for me, I'm not with that, because I understand it's taken away. It's taken away. You trying to still show more? You smarter than me? Okay, cool, brother. Well, sit me down outside of this and let's build. Yeah. I'm guarantee I can learn something from you, and you can learn something from me. But you out here doing this and doing that, and then, like you said, well, we should know. Well, those people that's really doing that, what are they doing for the community?
Right.
What are they doing for the community? I could tell you 1,000,001 things with the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Gods of Earth, and several other people, and my brown people, and several other organizations that I can't name right now that are doing stuff for people. Yeah. I could show you that, but I'm not the ones that we on there battling like, shout out to Murder Mook and them, like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like we, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but I love that shit too. I'm hip hop, you know what I mean? I come from it, but I'm just saying this is not that.
Right.
This is not that.
This is not that.
Right. So
don't bring that into it.
Right.
So as far as the conscious community and where it should go, it shouldn't be any arguing. It should be knowing who our enemies are.
Right.
And knowing where we should be going moving forward as a collective, goal. We need collective goals, not individual goals, because obviously me supporting your channel when this and that and Patreon and all that, spending my money to do this and do that, that's your individual goal.
Right.
We need collective goals.
Right. And make no mistake about it, it's cool that you guys are the battle of intelligence. That's a wonderful thing. Don't get me wrong with that. That's a wonderful thing that we're doing that. But you know what? Please, let's just let's all do it together and love and respect one another. That's all. That's what I gotta say about that.
That's it. As far as the conscious community. So, for all my conscious brothers and sisters out there selling the shea butters and whatever you selling, incense, shea butters, there shouldn't be any competition if you're completely different than everybody else and you don't mind supporting your own people.
Right. And I buy from everybody. There's people on this thing. You probably won't even see this, but I don't know how this show. You know what I mean? But there's people. There's people out there, companies that I just meet, not only in my own community because I always support, but people just on the internet. Black, I support y'all, so let's support each other. Like that's the thing. Like we're
making everybody rich,
right? But let's
nail shops, hair, all that. We don't control none of this shit that we spend our money on. Well, and that's a problem. And that's where everybody else. We're sending everybody else's kids to college while we sitting there worried about a nigga getting a scholarship. That's a problem.
And what else is a problem is black businesses don't support black businesses. Black businesses.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Right. But I'll answer your question. But yeah, love one another.
That's it. Oprah running for president. Everybody's seen it was like the whole continuation of the Black Girls Rock whole thing. You know what I'm saying? The other night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
shout out to them. You know what I mean?
Shout out to them. Black Girls Rock. 'Cause, hey, I love black women.
Absolutely.
And whether you from the islands,
absolutely.
Whether you know what I'm saying, Panama, Guyana,
absolutely.
The island. You know what I'm saying? Right. Wherever you from,
I can dig it.
Jamaica, whatever.
Right.
Love y'all.
Absolutely.
All my queens. But Oprah running for president while we live in the information age and we can look up who's done what. And for me, I look at it like, okay, what has Michael Jordan done for Chicago? What has Oprah done for Chicago? And what if you can't hold down where you from, then why would I vote for you holding down for all of us as a whole? It's like, okay, not to like play off of who's doing what for what city. It's like, okay, Diddy for Harlem or Nipsey Hussle for the Crenshaw district. Right. You know what I'm saying? So right. People can get a better understanding of what I mean. Right. Like, do you really fuck with your community, or are you just saying some shit so you can just be in another echelon with other people? How do you feel about Oprah running for president?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't even see the speech, right?
Right.
To keep it all the way real with you, I didn't see the speech on that. Here's what I think about that though. Why not?
Right.
Why wouldn't she run for president? I mean, Oprah is loved, and I'm not just saying because look who we have in there right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that at all. I certainly believe Mrs. Winfrey is at a higher class than the gentleman that's in there. Well, he's not even a gentleman, but that thing that's in there right now. I think that personally she's so much. So it's not just because look at the playing field now. Yeah. It's easy. You know what I mean? I look at it as it's a wonderful thing. You know what I'm saying? I have daughters. I have 2 daughters. I have another daughter that I consider to be one. I have nieces. I have moms. I have grandmothers, aunts, all these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? And I think Miss Winfrey would do a wonderful job. And I just think, look at even people say with her, what she does is not a lot, right? Compared to what she has, right? Yeah. I've heard this before, right? Here's my problem with that. I don't care if she does just a little. She's doing something. You know why? Because those people that complain are not doing anything. Yeah. Not doing nothing at all. So even it could be such a little thing as when she had a show and she's giving away these things. You won this and you won that. And for me, I believe in charity. And I'm not saying she's doing that for that reason. I don't know her reasons for doing that, right? It could be a network thing. You know what I mean? It could be something that just goes on. But for me, I take that all in and I say, you know what? I applaud that. I don't look to Miss Winfrey to save me personally from anything. I don't look to Miss Winfrey to be able to save the country from anything, but just as a breath of fresh air and me having so much respect for her and just my daughters and you got a daughter and my goddaughters and you know what I'm saying,
women in general, you know what I'm saying, because I
didn't want Hillary, so it's not, you know what I mean, it's not that, you know, I didn't want Hillary. So, you know, it's not me just saying, oh, I'm going to go for the woman. No, well, and to keep it all the way real with you.
Right.
To keep it all the way real with you.
But
she's a queen. She's a black woman.
She's melanated.
Yeah, I'm not that.
She's melanated.
Off top.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for us,
top, right.
It's like, just like some of us, we were conscious and we still voted for Obama.
Right.
But we voted for him and stood up in that booth knowing that there's an electoral college and your vote really ain't really, you know, ain't not really a factor. But
I cooned and buffooned for brother Barack. I'm not gonna lie to you. I cooned and buffooned for that brother, and you know what? It was a wonderful thing. It was a wonderful thing because the
image is bigger than the cause.
My daughter in her mind, Barack, the president, she doesn't even think about the guy with the orange hair. You know what I mean? She's not even
Mr. Toupee.
Right. She's not even thinking about that gentleman. So I think Oprah running for president, if she did that, if that's what she wanted to, I think it would be dope. I think she does things, and I respect what she does. I don't care if she does enough. I don't care if she does a little. I don't care about none of that. I respect her for what I respect her for,
right?
And that's it. And I respect her wholeheartedly, and I hold her to a very, 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 very high standard, and I want my child to be like that, a person like that, not like her.
See,
but
what it is like that,
you know, my children, and I think she's a good role model. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And see, just to add to that, exactly what I was about to say is that what adds to that is it's revolutionary. It's all about the image. Mm-hmm. We love image. Mm-hmm. Kids don't look at what the book that Malcolm X read. Mm-hmm. People don't look at the book that whoever, I just said Malcolm X just off of, I mean, mm-hmm. whoever read.
Right.
If Martin Luther King wrote a book, it is what it is.
Right.
Margaret Sanger, people read her book.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
But it's the image. We don't have time to read anymore. We're so ADD and so out of the loop. We got the TV on. Right. We got our phone on. Right. We got two phones and the TV on, and we're on Xbox all at the same time.
Oh, wow.
The image is what is going to compel you. So therefore, that image, a black woman running for president. Now, y'all seen what's that movie? What's that TV show? Scandal, where you got Miss Washington. I'm not gonna say her. I forget. You know, we know who she is.
Right.
Every black woman loves that story, but it's like you're the side chick to the president.
Right.
Is that like another offshoot of Condoleezza Rice?
Yeah.
We don't know, but whatever.
Right.
But that power.
Right.
That power structure. We see women, they love to post, they might take their own image and put Nefertiti as their Facebook profile picture or their Instagram profile picture because they want to have that status of power.
Right.
Oprah represents that in our capitalistic society. As far as the image, Oprah represents that.
Right. And everybody loves her though. Not just us as the people that we are as original people. Not just us, but you know, she's loved by the masses. You know what I mean?
What do you think about her not being married though? Does that take away from that strong black woman image, or does that perpetuate? I don't need a nigga syndrome. I do it on myself.
Nah, well,
by myself.
Well, some people will look at it like that, but you know, my mother wasn't married, and I think she did a decent enough job. There's so many women out there that I can't say that. I get it. I get that where you're coming from. You know what I mean? But no, I don't. Who cares? You know what I mean? I don't. That has nothing to do. I mean. Okay, if you see that, then you got to look at it like this too. Since you brought that question on, like you got to look at it like this. Well, shit, she's doing everything that she did without a man. So if you're gonna oppose that question, then that's you gotta look at it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? If she's that nigga said, she can do it, I don't need no nigga to do it. Well, shit. The truth of the matter is that, well, to our eyes, we don't know. Everybody wants to laugh at Stedman and do all these things, but the truth of the matter is we don't know what he is to her. He could be so much to her that me and you don't even understand. It's not our job. See, I want to get into this, but that
goes back to the argument about the conscious community.
Right, that's not our job.
No, we know the goal.
No,
the goal is to put a strong black woman in position to run the country. Right. But then we sitting there talking about, well, she ain't got no money.
But that's nigga.
That's nigga. What the fuck that got to do with anything?
That's what I call nigga rhetoric.
Right.
Niggerick. Right. Listen, serious, because what that is it's saying, because you oppose the question, right? Mm-hmm. But then if you just look at the situation, you say, look what she has. If we basing it off that and the wonderful person that she is, or some people think she's horrible, or whatever you think about her, right? She has all that. And we say, well, we go into that nigga, oh yeah, well, if you don't need no, the girls say that.
Right.
But we don't know. In fairness, we don't know what Stedman is to her. We don't know that.
No, we don't.
We don't know that. So you know what? Shout out to Oprah. To answer your question, what are you asking me? If I'm voting for her? Is that what you're asking me?
Would you?
If I was a voting person, yes.
Okay.
If I was a voting person, yes. Will I stand up for the women that I have in my life and what we would call
absolutely
what we would call play and buffooning, you know, and do these things with the women that I love in my life, and of course. So it's all good.
The state of hip hop. Now, I know it's the new year. I know. Hold on. It's 2018. I'm not gonna throw out there for the record for the year you were born, but I was born in '84. I have sibling. My mother.
Years, yeah, I'm not ashamed.
Hold on.
9 years before that.
Okay. There you go. Mathematically speaking, my mother and my father were born in 54 and 55. Mm-hmm. I wasn't raised by young folks. Mm-hmm. And hip hop.
Okay.
I recorded my first song on ADAT.
Okay.
Not Pro Tools, no digital shit.
You
had to rap all the way through.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't no, hey, punch me in.
Right.
I can just say some retarded shit and just punch in.
But
wasn't none of that.
Right, but let's okay.
Hip hop.
Okay.
How did you feel about hip hop? Because before
not as far as recording wise, but as far as hip hop.
Right.
You know.
What do you feel about hip hop coming from somebody, you're not a rapper, you're not, you're outside looking in, and you know better.
Well, okay.
I ain't gonna say no better.
Well, okay, so let me address first one thing first. Outsider looking in, no. I'm a permanent resident of hip hop. A permanent resident of hip hop. Okay, so when I look at this shit, I've been here. Hip hop started in '73, right? I was born in '75. I think I found hip hop personally in my life in 1983. Okay? And hip hop for me is just something personal and something sacred. So I need to know kind of I need you to rephrase your question. Are you asking me what's the current state of hip hop, or how I personally feel about hip hop?
Absolutely. What is your opinion on the state of hip hop right now? Coming from the battle rapping, like, cause see me and okay, I'll just keep it 100.
Okay.
Before you became a rapper, you had to battle everybody.
Okay.
You got closet rappers now. They get some equipment for Christmas. They get a microphone for Christmas. And they buy some beats online. And they become rappers.
Okay.
So I didn't come from that.
Right.
You really had to sell dope to pay for studio time.
Okay.
Or have some money to pay for studio time.
Right.
So that separated
per your experience.
My experience.
Okay.
My experience. Either your parents helped you pay for your studio time, or you really had to be hustling to.
Or you was just dope.
Or you were just dope. Right. Somebody would pay for it for you.
Right.
There was only 3 options to rapping around the time when I was fresh out high school. You know what I'm saying? Like at that prime age.
Okay.
So I want to know what your perspective is on the state of hip hop, as far as like, like, are they hungry, or they just got technology to just put out anything and become popular?
No, I think but that's just, it's always been, hip hop has always had dope MCs and whack MCs and commercial shit and and this, that, and the third. Hip hop has always had that.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing.
Niggas diss Will Smith, but parents just don't understand.
But he's
was everybody's song.
He's Will Smith though. You know what I mean? And shout out to him, because those are the people that, your Willie D's and your Will Smiths and your Queen Latifahs and your Puffs and your 50s and your Hoes and all these people, and Russell, even though, you know what I mean?
Dave showed y'all the way.
Right. Those people are the people we, big up. So, no, for me, I personally, the stuff that they're making, these young guys that they're making, I personally won't be downloading or buying an album, personally, me, because that's not what I got going on in my life at this particular time. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure, just because of my introduction to hip hop and what I was told hip hop was and the elements of hip hop. I can't personally, for me, I can't call what they're doing hip hop, just because it just doesn't fit in of how I was raised and how I was taught hip hop was. You know what I mean? It just doesn't fit into that. But I'm not going to. I used to have a problem with it, because some of it is just garbage, and they're dressing in dresses, and they're doing all this crazy stuff that I'm like, yo, this is wild. This is just wild.
Now I want to interject, because some of them might look at
Grandmaster Flash.
I
knew what you was gonna say right off the bat.
I wanted to put it in who, because as a whole group, that whole group. Niggas is like, yo, they was dressing like the village people. I said
a dress, son. I didn't say, hold on. I didn't say, Grandmaster Cash, panties on your head and all this.
Right.
I didn't say that. I said.
But see, no. Now the young generation, they're going to be like, They was dressing like the village peoples.
Right. I'm not tripping over the rayon and these things that's going on, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I said let me clarify it. I personally seen a video where this dude had a wedding dress on, kid.
With M16 in his mouth.
Right, and the girl was putting the shit in his mouth.
And we don't even know who he is anymore now.
To me, that's some real. That's like I'm not trying to show my kids. No, that's some shit, yo. That's some shit, right? And
you can't have kids after that.
But you
that's
can't put that. Listen, I have a little voice, right? If that, right? But you can't put that into hip hop and bag that shit up and sell that to the kids. Not on my watch. I have something to say about that. Yeah. That's not hip hop. That's not.
It's not.
And I think what needs to happen, I watched something with Famous Dex, right? And I listened to what Famous Dex had to say, right? And Famous Dex, I think he said it right. He gave it up. He respected the culture, but he said, this is what we do, and this is what it is. And I get that. And it's like music, right? You go to awards, or not even awards, but you see music is different type of jazz. There's different type of soft rock, hard rock. There's different type of genres of each genre itself, right? So
it's always a
right. If we gonna do that, then they need to have their own shit, because that's not what it is, yo. And then you're not representing the culture of what the culture is built upon and what the culture really is. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
I'm not tripping off them. They're feeding their family. They're feeding their family. You know what I mean? But I don't want them on like drugs and lean. You know, because I have children that age. You know what I mean? So, and I have nieces and nephews and a bunch of people that I love personally that's that age, and I understand it. So, but if I could be the one, I don't want to be the hip hop grouch uncle. Right. You know what I mean? I want to try to, because I'm the OG now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah.
They're gonna look to you,
right?
Like, yo, I know you heard.
Right. If we dissing them,
nigga, you know Schoolie D.
Right.
You're gonna look at them like, what?
Right. If we
don't know about Schoolie D.
That's what I'm saying. If we dissing them, and we constantly dissing them, and they're this and they're that and they're this and they're that. Well, who's talking to them? Who's talking to them to let them know this is what it really is? So I'm not gonna buy the stuff, and the state of hip hop is always gonna be, to me. That's why when you ask me that question, it's kind of like crazy, because the state of hip hop to me is always gonna be at a good level.
Yeah.
Because hip hop is who I am and everything I am. My children, the relationships that I have, children's mama, everything to me it revolves around that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's a hip hop. Yeah. Well, Islam first, but hip hop is what I am. So every movement to me is a calculated movement, and whether the masses state of hip hop is like the masses state of hip hop. I don't care what they're going through.
Right.
My hip hop is always going to be good. You know what I mean? Because my hip hop, I can turn on A Tribe Called Quest. I can turn on Rakim. I can turn on Hove. I can turn on Nas. I can turn on
I used to run home
Ghetto Boys
to watch Rap City.
Right.
I wanted to leave school right after school. I didn't want to hang out till I got to high school, because I didn't really care. But junior high, I wanted to run home so I could watch Rap City, catch the last bit of Rap City, because I was a hip hop. I was a hip hop head, nigga. I wanted to listen to all of it, see the videos. I wanted to peep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the shit.
Well, hopefully, I think
and the box.
Puff, like, hopefully he's doing that. You know what I mean? You bring that back, because that was something, like you said. But the kids don't have that.
They ain't got that. They can go on YouTube. They can watch Vivo.
Well, come on, man. They would rather watch. And I get it. They would rather watch Ball. I wasn't. He's supposed to say that. Yeah. I'm not saying disrespect to God. I'm not saying that at all. You know what I mean? But he's young. He's a young brother. You know what I mean? Like,
he's doing what he's supposed to.
So if you bring that back and you merge it with what they're doing and what we're doing, I mean, just like what's the name said, man. I can't sum that up any better. Hove hit it I think right when he said Family Feud. It's a family feud because whether we like it or not, those are our children. I can remember back in the day when I was younger, Tupac saying the same thing. We are your children. So, okay, we living off the scraps you gave us. Right. So I gotta like, if they got a lean problem, well, I don't have that problem. Right. So I can help you. I may have a different type of problem that I can't help you with until I master that. But I don't have a lean problem, so maybe I can help you. We badgering these kids, and we're saying these kids is not like. That's not. Come on, y'all. You guys are acting. We gotta feel. Why are they on lean? You acting, just like before that. They acting like why was y'all popping ecstasy? They acting like how America. They acting like how America treats us. Motherfuckers just throw us away and shit like that. We acting like that with our own children. That shit is crazy to me. But that's a whole nother thing. Yeah. We shouldn't be acting like that with our own children. You know, some of us might have had children when we were young or whatever, and you might not have been the best parents you can be in certain aspects of the child's life. Right? And then when a child gets older, oh, you're old, I want to throw you go. Well, you kind of, now that you're better now as a parent, you still owe that child a little something. It may take a little longer. It may take 32, 42, whatever it is. I'm not saying raise a grown motherfucker. I'm not saying that at all. But if you know you couldn't, you know what I'm saying? And then, but that's hip-hop. That's what it is. It goes back to that because the children have nowhere to run to. We're doing this and we're badgering these children and stuff like that. But you're not even teaching your children who the forefathers is to this shit. Anything different. But you complaining about this young dude with this lean shit. Right. But personally for me, we can go on and on about this. But to answer your question, personally for me, hip-hop is at a great state. And it's always going to be at influential. At all, it's... You know why? Because I see Willie D. It's influential at an all-time high. Right, but I see Willie D. I see Hov. Yeah. I see Reverend Scarface is back. I see Scarface with braces playing the guitar. But I see the people, but the people that's I'm not saying right. All these people that I see, hip hop, the Queen Latifah, all these people, yo, Nas, all these people, Nori, doing wonderful things for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I big those people up. I respect those people, like you said, and I think the culture is good because the culture that I follow is kind of different from the one that's presented to the masses. Always. Wow. That's it. Thank you for having me, brother. Absolutely. Right. And it's always a pleasure. Yes, sir. My brother. Tell him don't worry about it, you just go to school. And no matter the circumstances, never lose your cool. He hella smart, got 4 A's and 1 B. Every day he bought Cheetos and an iced tea. He good enough for the NBA. He work hard, that boy trains every day. You can tell it's in his DNA. He eager for the center stage. He always say, ball is life. Letters in the mail, he getting scholars already.